welcome to Aimmee Kodachian and the Expert Show, where the experts share their knowledge, wisdom, and powerful insights to help you transform your business and personal life. And sometimes I interview people with inspirational stories that will let you see your life in a whole different perspective. I am your host, Aimmee Kodachian,
not Kardashian.
And today I have a wonderful guest with me. She used to be my co-host, and she have her own show now. But before I get to my guest, I have wanna just to appreciate our sponsors, SkyVistaConsulting.com, EV36 Photography, SkinFitnessLV.com. And also, if you're watching on social media right now, please go to akexpertstv.com and check out our other two shows, and also the World of Book Reviews, Stephanie's movie reviews, which is right here with us. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Aimmee.
Okay, and then now we're going to be talking about, and this particular segment is how to discover your singing voice. Is that correct?
Yes,
okay.
yes. And you have to forgive me for saying the not Kardashian part.
Oh.
I'm so programmed to say that.
That's all right. That's okay.
Like,
No problems at all. Stephanie was with me for almost a year as my co-host, and we used to have this. Aimmee Kodachian,
not Kardashian.
And then it was very fun to say that.
Yeah.
And I really miss to have you.
I know. I miss
show with
being with
me.
you on the show.
But you're doing an amazing job on your show. I know
Thank
you're
you.
growing even better and better.
Thank you.
And people are really asking me about your show, and they're like, "Oh, what she's reviewing now?" I'm like, "Ask her. She's the boss on that." But most people, they know you as a singer-songwriter. You're classically trained.
Yes.
And you do have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
And you do, you have your own CD, right?
Yes, I do.
You have a Christmas song, and which you have over
52,000 viewers on YouTube with the
that.
Christmas music video. Yes.
Yeah, we're bragging on that because I'm in it.
Yes,
She's in it.
She's in it with her grandchildren.
Yes. And it was all my fault.
It was all her fault that happened. Yes.
So, okay. I really want to share with people your insights and how you really discovered your own voice. I know you used to sing opera before.
Yes.
So tell us that story. Tell us.
Okay, so when I grew up, I was kind of learning to sing under my dad. He's a classical singer.
And by the way, he have a beautiful voice.
Thank
your
you.
Dad.
Thank
Really.
you. I think
you
so.
got that from your dad.
Yes. He has an amazing voice.
Amazing.
He makes me cry when
Yes.
he sings. And so I learned under him, and then I started studying under other teachers in high school, and then I got to college. And in college, I got introduced to this little thing called opera. And so they started me on opera, and
That's
they
a
said,
big thing.
Yeah,
opera.
okay,
Not
little
everybody,
thing.
not everybody can sing opera. Okay, there's so
Right.
much respect for that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I started singing opera and classical music more, and, I was really strongly encouraged to go in that direction. I was surrounded by, classical musicians.
Which you did.
Which
and
I
you did a great job on
and
it.
I did a great job.
Yeah.
And I tried to branch out and sing other things, but I was always pushed back into the opera direction. And finally, I was talking to a teacher one day about it, and she said, "No, you need to sing opera and nothing else." So that kind of shut down my door. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm an opera singer. That's what it is.
And then you didn't want to try anything else because you had that, you're an opera singer and that's it. Is that correct?
Yeah. I guess I didn't see any point in trying to do anything else.
Yeah.
Because that was my path.
So what happened after that?
So
For a long time.
For the longest time, so I was kind of stuck and lost. And then, because although I enjoyed opera and I sang opera and I worked at it, I worked very hard on my voice.
Well,
I was
could tell,
working.
because I was blown away when you sang for me.
Yeah, I worked very hard on
Yeah.
my voice, and then you know, we've gone through the whole thing of how I met Aimmee, you know, through her seminar and everything like that. And then one day I told you that I wanted to sing for you, and I sang for you, and you heard something that day.
Oh yeah, I heard a voice that it was so beautiful, a pure and beautiful voice, but then
And
after that you still were singing classically
I was still
trained,
singing
but
classical
you
music.
told me that time you wanted to sing something different than just classically, and you
Yes.
wanted to switch to some, you know, do
Yes,
other
but
singing.
it wasn't until we wrote The Rise Above together. And after we wrote The Rise Above and we recorded it and we were listening to it, and you said, Stephanie, why aren't you singing songs like that? And I started to cry. I remember starting to cry and singing like, yeah, why am I not singing songs like that? Because that's the kind of stuff
Beautiful voice
that
yeah.
I love to sing. But because my belief system had been, you know, because I just listened to these people, you know, because I thought these people had
Your best
my best
interest.
interests at heart, I was closed down for the longest time to really, you know, open my mind to anything else. And it wasn't until you came along and said, you know, that, you know,
your voice is beautiful this way.
yes,
You do
that-
have other voice, so
it-
you discovered your singing. You already knew your singing voice. So what
Yes.
we're telling people here is that find the right people who believes in you and who really can guide you and let you discover your other voice that you might have.
yes,
Right? You
yes.
might be able to sing opera, but somebody told you you can't do that. And then is that
Yes,
correct?
absolutely.
So don't
It- yeah,
believe that you can't do something unless you
Yes.
try it.
right,
Right?
right.
Give yourself the opportunity to start to believe you might have it and try it and see what happens. Is that correct?
yes.
So that's the first step that you took.
The first step
Listen
is
to the person who really you trusted.
really
me.
trust who has your best interests at heart.
And let's talk a little bit about the Rise Above. So people, they don't know what the Rise Above is, because you do amazing job on that. You
Okay.
did amazing job.
Okay, so the Rise Above was, Aimmee called me one day and she got this message, and she called me and she said, Stephanie, I need you to come over right now. That little girl who lived through the war has a message, and it's about having peace in the world. And we need to write a song for my book about having peace in the world. And I was just like, because I wasn't a songwriter at that point. I wasn't a songwriter,
No, you were
was I?
looking for somebody to write
I
songs.
was looking for people to write songs for me.
Yeah.
And no, but Aimmee insisted. She just was very sure. And I went over and we started writing. I had read your book. I had just read your book. I think I read your book a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I just like, I remember writing words down and writing words with you and writing words with you and thinking that I was writing words down. And then you're like, I wrote that in the book. And I realized that I was channeling
In the
words
from the book.
from the book. It was so strange.
It was strange because I called you. I said, I want you to write a song for that little girl, her message.
Yes.
And that's what the song is about, the message of that little girl.
The message of the little girl.
Yeah, and then you started channeling what you read in the book, and then
Yes.
just the harmony in that song. It's so beautiful, and literally, it's not my message, Aimmee. Like, it is my message today, but the voice that I had when I was 12 years old, the hurt that it came to my life and took my brother in front of me in the war and
Yes.
everything, and it just was, the pain still there, and that little girl of me inside of me talked to me and said that we need to write a song for her message.
Yes.
So anyway, and then you did an amazing job. The
and
next
then
day
the
she
next
came in.
day that I was woken out of a dead sleep at about 3 or 4 in the morning, and the melody of the song was
Yeah.
in my head. And it was just like, it gives me goosebump bumps to this day to think of that. Because it was like, and I had to call Aimmee. I didn't call her that early in the morning, but I had to call her. And
Pretty
I
early
I
that
called
day.
pretty early, and I said, I have the melody.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing.
And now we have it on YouTube on video, but now you're singing it. It's a beautiful singing. So let's talk more about what we're teaching people, because we're telling them how to find.
How to find, how to discover your singing voice.
We're just so excited about the Rise Above. We like to
Very
talk about
excited
it.
about the Rise Above.
And then that's where she actually discovered.
The Rise Above is instrumental in how I discovered my singing voice. It's instrumental. And you have to understand, I put years of work into working on my voice. And it wasn't until I really got into the right place at the right time with the right person, the right coach. And I had vocal coaches, but Aimmee saw something special, different, that she heard that helped me to discover what I needed help discovering.
Yes. So find someone who really can help you. If you believe in your heart, you have a voice and you have a singing voice, and now you want to take it in different direction, but you're not sure, find a person, find a coach who can help you, or even family members. So that's the first step.
That's the first step.
Okay.
The second step is, and this is a hard one for me, I'll admit, is getting out of your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out of your own way. That's a hard one for me.
I know.
That is a very hard one for me.
Yes.
And I've only recently started to sort of conquer that.
Mm-hmm.
And so once she, helped me discover it, then I had to accept it. And it took me a long time to accept.
I'm so proud of you. Because I could see it's like, okay, I am going to get out of my own way now and listen to you.
Yeah, it was like I was still trying to fight the old, I don't know if you want to call them demons or whatever.
Belief system.
Belief system.
Yeah.
I was still trying to fight that old belief system and say, no, but no, I've been told this other thing so many times. No. But then when I finally just allowed it, and accepted that this is where my voice is.
Okay. So allow yourself, accept that this is, let go of your ego. Because in my personal opinion, your ego and spiritual, they don't go together. When you are in your ego, you're not in your spiritual, your spirit. And everyone who sings beautifully, they learned how to go in the spirit and let go of the ego. Then you'll be able to really come out with the voice. So ego and spirit, they don't live together. And when you sing and touch people's heart, if you do it from the ego, it doesn't work. You have to know how to get to the spirit and allow yourself to sing it. And that's why now you're singing the Rise Above even better.
Yes. No, you have to use the ball analogy.
Okay.
The ball analogy. She gave me this amazing analogy yesterday, and it's so true. Tell them the ball analogy.
It just came to me. I don't know how, but when I was talking to you, because I'm seeing how good you're becoming on the Rise Above. Even you were so good, and now you're singing it. I'm like, oh, I'm having tears coming down. And your vocal coach told you, hey, I want your
autograph. I want your autograph.
So this is what the analogy just came to me, and I don't know if I could replicate that. But
yes, you can.
What happened is that when you're singing, and imagine you have a ball in your hand, right? And Stephanie, she had a nice song, nice voice, which is, imagine this is her ball, right? She was throwing it down, but it wasn't really bouncing back up. And the reason it wasn't bouncing back up because she wasn't letting it go very strongly. You were letting go of the ball and say, oh, this is my voice. And then the ball was going like, okay, good voice, and going away. But if you are emotionally, you're letting go, you are giving from the heart, you're singing from the heart, then you're taking your voice like a ball and then you're throwing it to the world and you're saying, here you go, I'm gonna let my ego go, I'm gonna let all my belief system down. When you're throwing the ball very hard, what happened?
it bounces back
It bounces back to you.
Mhm.
And then that's where the people come back to you and tell you, I want your signature.
Yes. And like Aimmee
Right?
says, you know, when you touch people's hearts, you've got them.
That's you got
got 'em.
this is you, because that's what we're missing.
That's where you capture people.
And that's what we're missing. We're missing
Yeah.
people to really capture our heart, because you can't capture people's heart unless you open yours.
Yes.
If your heart is closed, how are you going to capture anybody's
Yeah.
heart? If you're taking that beautiful voice and you're not throwing it strong and you're opening your heart with it and saying, open my heart, I'm giving it to the world, then the world doesn't bounce back to you.
Yeah.
And that's why I know now you are going to be so famous, so powerful with this Rise Above song, because you're allowing it to be the little girl's message. It's no
Yes.
longer my voice. You're singing it for the pain of that little girl.
Yeah.
And the message. So you don't claim this is my song, this is the song of the message of that little girl. Because
Yes.
that's where it was created for.
Mhm.
It wasn't created for anything different. And when you let go of that, then where your coach told you, I want your signature.
I want your autograph. Yeah.
So that's what
yeah.
what we're saying to you. I'm taking over. It was supposed to be your interview.
No, you're no, this is good. This is good.
Okay.
So
when you let go, this is where you receive the people praising you for what you've done.
it's
very hard
very
to do.
important. So the first thing is you have to challenge your belief system. You have to let go of your belief system. You have to get out of your own way. And then the third thing is you have to really have the self-confidence to get up there and believe that you deserve to be on that stage.
Yes, you believe
You have
deserve.
You have to
earned
believe
it.
that you've earned it.
What?
That you've put in all the hard work.
If you
and
put the hard work, don't
Yeah.
believe that you earned it by saying, "Oh, I believe I have a good voice and I earned it and I'm gonna be on the stage."
Yeah, if you
That's
sang
the
if you
ego.
sang in the shower
That's
a
the
couple
ego.
of times, maybe you need to do a little bit more than that. But
Yes. So you don't be crushed.
yeah.
Because if you
yeah.
go sing only you believe of your own your voice, then you're
Yeah.
gonna be crushed because it's not gonna really gives you what you really expect to get from it.
But if you're being honest with yourself
Yes.
and you have integrity and you have put in the hours and the work and you've worked with coaches and teachers and done all that, then you can stand up proudly on the stage and say, yeah, I earned this moment.
That's
And this is my moment to give my gift to the world. And it doesn't matter if you have 2 people in the room or 2,000 people in the room. You give that gift with the gumption.
Let it go with
You
the ball.
Let that go.
Throw that ball down and say,
Yes.
okay, I'm giving my heart. Then it's gonna bounce back to you. The people gonna come and embrace you,
Mhm.
because it's very hard. Our ego put us like in our own jail
Yes.
cell,
Yes.
and capture us forever if we don't let go and
Yeah.
let go of your ball, like let go of your singing and your voice, and let the Spirit sing through you. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Stephanie.
It was my
I
pleasure.
appreciate you all the time.
Thank you.
You're amazing. Watch her show, Stephanie's Movie Reviews, on akexpertstv.com. And also don't forget, you could enter to win a movie and dinner for 2, and you might win. There's 2 different buttons. You could enter to be on my show, to be one of my guests. So if you have an inspiration story, please share with us. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Take care, and we'll see you next time.